Okie dokes. The professionals, Group B, Chris Rasmussen, Rookie of the Year. Only done 3 events. Great to see him here. And of course, his first run out earlier today was an absolute cracker, actually. His qualification on the board. He was currently, I believe, is sitting in about 3rd for a qual. So great start from Chris. Got a great amount of supporters up here too in one of the corporate boxes. So the professionals obviously selling a lot of homes around the Taranaki. In fact, a lot of homes around New Zealand. So if you're looking for a new pad, if you're looking for a new home, if you're looking to rent one, make sure you go to the professionals. Check it out. Chris doing a tidy job with the hairpin. Split's good too. 32. Holly Sutherland sitting alongside him. And it's all so far so good as he brings her across the line. 49, he'd be happy with that. He's breaking us up 50. So it's a 49.364. Pretty close to where he was on earlier in the day, actually. So hasn't made too much improvement. He will need to keep sharpening the blades, working on the grill, working on a corner, trying to find half a second here, half a second there. That's what it's all about now. He gets into these as it all unfolds. The Flounder Pounder, the Junior Puniors, the 2 brothers, 16 years of age. They have been great to watch all day, and they actually laid the time down earlier. Little LS engine, they generally put their first out best, and they only get a second or 2. No mucking around as they head off the line. Jake Simmons and Ollie Birder from the Bay.
Yeah, these guys, Jacob Simmons, and I've said this before, but a couple of years ago, I was trying to teach him how to drive a car at the Merry facility, and he must have stalled it, I reckon, conservatively about 30 times. And he was getting frustrated, but wow, to see these guys, that's the second time he's done it like that.
I'll tell you what, he could put a ball on the end of that island. You could set a soccer ball around it, and he'd just about give it a little nudge and leave it on the end of the island and come around. It's beautifully done as he gets around the hairpin.
But he's the only guy doing it, the only guy who's tried to do it, and he's got away with it twice. That's amazing. There
is a little shelf there, 46.352, so that is a really good time. 46.352. I'm trying to look at where it's going to put him overall for the day, but that's actually the best time for him. He's just gone 1 hundredths of a second quicker than his previous time, so still good. Puts him in P2 at the moment, or P1 in qualifying 3, but P2 in the overall qualifiers was what I'm talking about there. But beautifully done around that hairpin, Cavey.
Oh, that was sensational. I've never seen anything quite like that. You know, he did it the first time, and I thought, wow, that was lucky. That's obviously a pre-plan to do that. Now that he's done it twice and got away with it both times, and looking smoother than some of the more experienced guys out there.
Another LS engine. Carl, the Beaver reliever, Jay Ammon, Waikato couple, first year jet sprinting. I'll tell you what, they had a big smash down there at Wanganui, and then they had another one at Bay Park. Jay actually broke her arm, but I'll tell you what, she hasn't scared her, just kept on pedaling, put a cast on it and stay in there. So great to see new pedalers come out. Hairpin, not as smooth as Ollie, but it still was good.
Yeah, not too bad considering these guys are new. And I'll tell you, Carl Beaver really doing a fantastic job as well. And look, I've had a chat to these guys after a couple of races, and just another relaxed couple. So big news that we'll reach to in a minute. 45.575.
Wow, great time. 45.575. There you have it. Carl Beaver to the top. And he's been laying down the times all day. He's actually putting them right out there, and it's unusual for this guy, little LS engine. He's chucked it out there. We've got Peter Coey. We're looking out the window here, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah, just had a bit of a chat to him. Big news, mate. Out. Peter Coey out for the day. We'll get Pete up into the commentary tower a little bit later, possibly during the lunch break, find out what's going on there. That's massive news. Leading the championship, had so far had a clean sweep right through the season, won every round, coming into the final round.
Wow, wow. Well, there'll be some heads getting scratched. I can actually see our head boss down there, Eric Hoxema, and of course Robbie McNabb. They'll all be talking points and discussions and working out how it unrolls from here. But there you go. The podium today is going to be very, very good to watch, because look at what we've already seen so far in that superboat class. I mean, these guys are going to get a sniff of it. They're going to go, you know what, might be our chance to dance.
Yep, that's right, mate. And look, it's going to be very exciting across all three classes. We see Hayden Wilson and his sister Amanda out on track at the moment in the Group B category. And Hayden, the aluminium fabrication salesman from Wanganui. And like we said earlier, he took a year off, took a couple of meetings to get back on a song, but really doing a pretty good job of it at the moment. Fourth in the overall championship, and a pretty tidy time with a 47.829.
Yeah, it's certainly an improvement on his previous run, because he did have that navigational error. So I think he'd be happy with that 47 as they just chug their way through it.
So Bevan Schuler will be the next boat out. Hey, we'll give a quick shout out to Blair and Judy Hicks tuning in from Salt Lake City, Utah, US of A. And well, his parents are in Stephen Sherrill, g'day to them, McClutchies, and Matt Beck Reeds, Naki Electrical Corp, tent cheering on the Buttercup, number 9, the Aquaholic. So great to see that you look for the red marquee on the start aligned side. So fantastic to see those guys and girls already lobbing in. But g'day to our world of people tuning in, and Bevan Schuler out on track now, Jason King doing the navigational duties.
Yeah, no, young Sam, the new wife, she couldn't help out today. She's on a horsey convention up north. Obviously got her priorities all wrong, of course. Yeah,
what, 1 horsepower versus 500?
Exactly.
Dull.
Bevan, the Carponga kid in the brand new boat, went that quick in Auckland, he blew the stickers off it. But this year, or today, he's actually getting a little fundraiser for kids' cancer, and he's going to be invited for anyone to come down the pits, a gold coin donation, take a pen down, and he'll have some there, and you can write your name all over this boat before it's so great for kids' cancer. And of course, here he comes round to finish. Tidy run.
Yeah, 46.762 into P3 at the moment. Carl Beaver still leading the way with a 45. So kids during the pit and paddock walk during the lunch break. Get out there, get the texters, and Bevan Schuler's going to allow you to put whatever you like on there.
Yeah, mate.
No rude pictures.
Whether it's good luck, any signs, whatever you want. Mum and Dad, come down, see the Schuler's tent, and bring a gold coin, because it's going to an absolutely wonderful cause. So great to see. Another Taranaki team coming out. Dad and daughter. In fact, this is the first time Greg's raced with his daughter. Normally we see Dawn and Greg in this boat, but awesome to see Amber Reardon having her first go, looking very nervous down there in the pits when I saw her earlier today. So exciting day for him.
Well, Greg Reardon, the last time out, he got the track rotation incorrect. So let's hope that he can sort that out. Now, I wonder if he blamed his daughter and said, right, you're the navigator, you're the one who got it all wrong. So that'll be interesting to see how that goes. But Greg Reardon in the adrenaline machine looking pretty good, of course. Missed a few races this season due to engine issues, and let's hope that the adrenaline in front of the home crowd here can really just come home strong for the last race of the season.
Yeah, not a problem so far with the nav. Absolutely, rotation's correct. Oh, we do have a hand up though. I do see Nary's trying to correct it, so we have got a problem. Just when I said it, I put the old commentator's curse on it. So it's looking like they're a little lost out there at the moment. He's coming the wrong way, is what we've been told, so you cannot enter a chute. So he thinks he's back on track, but he's actually not, so there'll be a little bit of frustration when he gets back to the cab.
Yeah, absolutely. The rules state very clearly, if you go the wrong way, you must recorrect yourself from the direction in which you were intended to come the first time. So Greg Reardon will get another DNF for that, very unfortunately. Big shout out there to George Watson, who says, g'day to the safety crew. He's sorry that him and Carly can't make it. They're living up on Hauraki, an island up in the Hauraki Gulf, and they're watching the live stream from a boat, just with their feet up, the rods over the side, fishing. Hey, how good's that?
Nothing wrong with that, is there? It's the perfect world. Another big shout out to Gasto, Paul Gasto over there in Oz. I know you've got the big screen up there, you made it work and you're watching, so hey, looking forward to catching up with you soon over there in the mighty Oz. So g'day to everyone else over there and watching, and everyone around the world. So
yeah, indeed. Jason Keith as well is tuned in and giving us a bit of information. So g'day, mate, out there to you as well as we go liquid addiction racing. This is Tim and Debbie Edhouse back in the seat again.
Oh, mate, she's been juggling chairs.
The wife said, right, I've had enough of sitting on the sidelines. She's thrown the son out, jumped in there, said, it's all about me today. So the liquid addiction, Tim Edhouse hasn't competed in all the races this season. Had a few, got a little bit busy, really tight around the Fowler Holmes Island there. Really very, very tight indeed. How's the hairpin going to treat him? No, bogged it down a little bit. He'll need to improve if he wants to get better and quicker during the day.
Reasonably good split time he's got on there, so he's certainly improving on his previous 2 runs that he's done. So looking forward as he brings it now down the finishing course, around the Altherm sweeper, across the line. 46 club as well, 46.762, so not quite as fast as the Beaver reliever, Carl Beaver. Jake Simmons, the little LS engines at the moment are holding the top of the paddock. So we have got...
just having a look down across there. Should be Buttercup according to our timesheets, but it may well be your wife, Kelly Manell, coming out.
It is the bright pink, beautiful machine. Girl talk.
How much time have you spent polishing that boat, mate?
Absolutely zippo. You know me, mate, I don't clean.
No, I've noticed.
Boats.
We'll come back to a story on that after we watch Kelly's run. At Kelly Manell, Cherie Patterson, Wanganui, the boat is the Girl Talk. So, mate, what advice have you been giving your wife here? Because it's a bit of a tussle for who's going to end up 2nd, 3rd and 4th in this Group B championship, and your missus right in amongst all of that.
Absolutely, she's right up there, and I've said to her, you've got to stand on that gas pedal earlier today, be aggressive, get out early. You tend to be doing the old Shrek model, which is we used to come home late and long and strong, but I think today she needs to get out a bit earlier, chase the park.
And that's probably the best way to go about it as well.
We're looking at the points here at the moment, so we've only got 3 points between Daniel Reid and, of course, Kelly Manell. And then, so at the moment, Kelly will be going, I need to be up there at the front. We need someone like Bevan Schuler, the concrete man, or perhaps Carl Beaver to dive in front. This could mix up a lot of points today.
Yeah, that's right. It's look, Kelly's doing a really good run here at the moment. This is going to be a good time with a 46.863, puts her in to P5 at the moment.
Yep.
So just really needs to get a little bit harder on that, as you suggested, mate, but that's not a bad run all the same.
Nah, it's good. I think a previous one was a 48, so I did tell her she needed a 46 minute this time, so now she'll be sick of seeing me, but I'll just wind the screws and say we won a 44.
You're right, geez, I tell you what, you go on the big jump there, mate, which is fantastic to see. But the next boat out will be the man who's leading the series in the Group B category at the moment, Paddy and Jay Hayden, an unassailable lead in the Group B category, just about. So they are from Tiwamudu and or TA, the Jay Hayden, the registered nurse, uses the speculator. We'll get onto that. So Patrick and Jay Hayden out on track at the moment. Paddy Hayden had a bit of a nightmare around the Mount Fresh hairpin, really bogged it down, and this hairpin at this track causes him all sorts of problems on a regular basis.
Cavey, I've got Phil Dark with us, our local TV man who's been around us traps for many a moons, helping us, jumping in and out and commentating everywhere. Great to see you, Phil. Welcome to...
Yeah, thanks, mate. Great to be here, obviously. Final round of the championship, and man, the racing's just been so good this year. Paddy and Jay doing a fantastic job. They got a bit of work to do, though. They're only 10 points ahead of Daniel, so, or Butterbean, as you guys call them.
As you've seen now, I mean, anything can happen. Look at what's gone on with Peter Coey. We just found out their boat's out. So you never know until the fat lady sings.
Yeah, and that's what racing's all about, I guess. And look, it's hats off to you and the team for putting on another great show here at Waitara. We've been bloody lucky with the weather, I've got to tell you.
Oh, mate, there's been everything going on. The airport's been shut. We've had trees down. We've had, I mean, years ago we had no water. Now we've got too much water. So it's harder to pick in a broken nose down here at the moment. But I tell you, it has all come together here on the day. The sun is shining. We're looking like we're going to have a bit of an aircraft show around lunchtime. We've got the Undy Hundy. So if you're feeling like a bit of a dip and you want to chill, or maybe you're a bit smelly, well, we do have the Undy Hundy coming, the Dash for Cash at 1 o'clock. Keep your eyes open.
Yeah, that was such a hit the first time round, wasn't it? The Undy 500. Brilliant. This is the man we talked about. This is Daniel Reid, currently sitting in second place in Group B. Hasn't he improved over the season? My God.
Really, really good. I know he's looking at a new hull for next season, and I think that'll really improve him. You'll see his old hull dances around a bit. It's been around a few means. The motor's good. He's driving really well. There was talk of him going up to Group A, but he's one of those guys, he wants to win his class, he wants to hang around, take the title. Lovely job of that hairpin.
Yeah, perfect. That's the money corner here at Waitara. Is you will all know if you've been here before, you get that one right, you're halfway round. He's another guy that probably had a bit of coercing from your good self, Leighton, to get involved in this sport, certainly from the Naki area.
Yeah, mate, we've had a group of them down here. It's like the plague of 46.003. So there you go, just snuck himself into that P5 we talked about in front of, actually no, he's even done better than that, P3. Or he's nudged himself right up the board there. So we've just seen 4 boats come out. A 44, a 45, and then we've got 4 in the 46s. So it is tightening up in all classes.
All the guys we talked to when we were doing some TV interviews earlier on this morning have said the same thing. Yeah, it's the same rotation of what we had last time, but it's a whole heap faster.
Yeah, it's that water, that track's just that 6-inch wider, and what a difference it'll make. And that's what a lot of the guys have said to me. They can't believe they're already going a second quicker than what they finished here last time round. So interesting times, interesting day. I think there's more stories that are going to unfold.
Yeah, and we know, don't we, that from qualifying they always get faster in elimination. So what's it going to take to win this deal?
Yeah, well, I know that some of these teams have brought guys in to lean their engines out. They brought them all the way across from America, Australia, other guys, Kiwi top, and they will try and lean on those motors as much as they can without destroying them, and to try and get that holy grail, that winning trophy, that one they want, the one that's been elusive all year. Today could be our day. So I believe, race fans, you're going to see a hell of a lot unfold, and it's going to happen real quick.
Yeah, absolutely right. These guys probably not battling for a trophy, but man, you can't fault their commitment. They come all the way from the deep south, and we're talking the very deep south, to come and race at all our rounds here at the Altherm Championship.
You've got to take your hat off to teams like this. 3 days they travel to get here, 3 days to come here, 3 days to get home. All that for 6 minutes in the seat sometimes, because that's all it is. 5 qualifiers and a 9. And when you work it out, it's a hell of a big commitment. Great job with the hairpin.
Yeah, once again, perfect.
Split's good too with a 36.71. So Carl Bresnell, I haven't heard a lift, looking real tidy at this stage, dancing around another one of those older hulls I talked about. Same hull as Buttercups. Round to the finish. Well,
45.4.
Yeah, he'll be happy with that. And it's a 45.44. So we've just gone straight into the Group A's now, out of Group B's and into Group A's. And there we have it, as clear second, quicker half second.
These guys are another team, aren't they, that's sort of just been battling away. When they first started, they probably couldn't hit their bum, they're out to lunch a wee bit, but now they're in the mix, they're figuring for a win.
They've been the big find, I believe, and you're absolutely right, Phil, because I think what I saw, they were so far back working on their boat and their driving and their craft, and all of a sudden this year, halfway through the year, they've just
flicked the switch. Yeah,
and they're really racing. Great to see what he's done today. Has given his navigator Hamish paddle behind the seat, and that's commitment. 3 days to get here. They can trimp in it, win it. Here's another crew from the deep south. Mandy Teasdale.
And the newly shaved Clayton.
Oh, Clayton, skin is in Clayton. Actually see him wearing a beanie these days. Obviously that hair being whopped off is really too cold for him getting around here, so you don't often see him getting around in a beanie. Boat looking nicely settled. Obviously they've done a bit more trimming up. With Richard Bird in there today, double driving this boat. Oh, a little bit. He got away with it. Did get away with the hairpin nicely. Split 29, so he's definitely up this stage. A full second on Carl Bresnell. This looks to be a quick time. The big long-legged man from the south and his tiny little co-pilot across the line.
43.280.
43.280. That was a sensational run. They'll be very, very happy with that. In fact, that's right up in the mix. I didn't pick that one.
Yeah, that puts him first at the moment.
Yeah, he's top of the tree, and that's a full 2 seconds better than where he was earlier on in the day. So, unbelievable. Some of these numbers we get on the screens up here feels pretty impressive. Actually, sit here and we've got screens going everywhere, and everyone's going where they get these numbers from. But you do have to start looking at what happens. But to go and improve 2 seconds on a run, that's
a lot.
That's momentous. So.
And you said yourself they were a little bit untidy at the hairpin, and you can lose a lot of time at that hairpin.
They can, yeah. So I mean, we saw earlier Ollie and Ross Travers and some of the other guys that were all in that club. Fowler Holmes, the boat's name, One Chance, Lockie McMillan. Great to see him pedaling here today. This is a far better drive.
Yeah, this will be interesting for me because when we saw him here at the last round of Waitara, he was pretty brand new to it, and he was a little bit scared of it. Obviously, look at the way the boat's working its way through the course. He's not scared of it today.
No, he's gone and spent a week at the old Richard Burt driving school. Oh, a great job of the hairpin. That certainly helped him because he really had a split time of 30, so there's nothing wrong with the split. He's actually chasing Carl Bresnell at the moment, so he's got the bit between his teeth. Lockie looking good so far. Has struggled with rotations, but not the problem today as he brings her over the line. Oh, well done, Lockie. 4.5.222. So certainly his best run. Look at him, he's got the hands going. He's very happy with that, and that's great to see because he's had some fairly average results early on in the year. And of course, being a rookie year, you learn a lot. Spend a lot of time, yeah.
And you mentioned before, late, he's been to the Richard Burt driving school, and that always helps.
Oh, mate, I think it's done wonders for him. So today could be his day, and let's go. One Chance is the boat, beautifully presented, and he's just put his best bat on the board. He's slotted himself into P2.
Talked to him early in the season, and I said, what are your goals? He said, I just want to keep improving, and that's what he's been doing, that 45.222. That's probably his best run round here, I would think.
Just a bit of an apology going back to that leader of the board. It's actually Richard Burt who's actually put that time out. 43.280 was Richard Burt.
Oh, that's right, because he's driving the boat.
So just happened to look at the screens there, and we did wonder how we just saw Clayton Teasdale improve 2 seconds, but it was actually the master blaster himself, Richard Burt, in there doing it for him. So obviously they've worked a bit on it. This is Tim Betsy Betts. Actually, this man rang me. He was stuck in Te Awamutu yesterday with a broken spring on the trailer. He said, look, I don't think I can make it, Leighton. I'm not sure we can do it. I said, mate, we've got a lot of sprinters up that way. I'll flick you through some numbers, ring around. Someone will lend you a trailer, someone will lend you a part, and they did. And he's here. So good to see.
All these guys, we interviewed them for the TV, and they all mention this one word, and it seems to be the catchword in this sport, and that's family, because we're a jet sprinting family. Everyone helps everyone else. So it's a characteristic that is peculiar to the sport. If you get into speedway early on, no one tells you anything. No. You get into motorbike racing, no one tells you anything. Yep. In jet sprinting, all the crews, all the drivers, only two please to help you out, give you an idea. Well, maybe try this, maybe try that.
Yeah, no, you're right. I mean, I've raced a lot of things, motorcycles, go-karts, it doesn't matter. Everyone's pretty top secret. No one wants to let you know what sprocket they're running or what gears or anything like that. But in jet sprinting, generally, we all want to try and help each other. We all want to, we've travelled a long way. We have a great time when we get there, and we're all families. But you don't want to sit there and sort of think, well, hey, I've got a couple of bits in the trailer, I could help that guy.
Exactly.
And say nothing about it.
How many times have guys pitched in to help yourself, or when you helped Pete at Bay Park a couple of years ago? That's what it's all about.
Things you do. I mean, Peter, talk about help. I mean, that's the thing today. Peter Coey, because he started in his boat this morning, he cannot enter, he can't boat swap. So that is it today for Peter Coey. And here we go, the Fergusons, Westview Aluminium, Ray and Nicky Ferg, Lower Hutt bound, Black Flyer. Ray really struggling with the rotation earlier on today, but doesn't seem to have a problem this time around. This is looking a hell of a lot better run.
No, he'll get it. Been around a long, long time, Ray. Started in Group B, moved up to Group A. Had a long time off from the sport. His dad raced a super boat, and now he's back.
Beautiful split time, 23. This is chasing hard. He's chasing Richard Burt's 43. So at the moment, Ray, odds on, really steamrolling at home. And like you say, two wrong ways earlier on. So has he third time lucky for Ray? Let's see. Oh, blew out a little bit. 44.764. Didn't quite get to the top of the tree. He's slotted himself into P2 at the moment, but Richard Burt up there at the moment. 43.280 in a borrowed boat. has put a time down, and we still have a good 7 or 8 to go. KV, come on home.
Phil, geez, I tell you, mate. I thought it might have been. Out. Oh, you're back in. Well, Leighton's out. Geez, I tell you what, we got the baton change going on up here, mate. You came up and say a quick g'day, and you're locked in, mate. Geez, I tell you what, this could become a feature. All right, Uncle Tony Reid out on track at the moment, and Bakey, his navigator. And, these guys have their first run, not so good, parked it up on the beach, the boat flamed out, and Uncle Tony really getting a bit of a hurry on, of course. One of the main sponsors there, Shifty's Bar and Sports Bar and TAB. But Tony Reid has been having a little bit of trouble with this particular boat. Now that he's got it sorted out, looking a lot better.
Yeah, and he's a local, so he'd have a fair few people up on the bank cheering for him.
Well, of course, his nephew is Buttercup.
Buttercup,
Daniel
yes.
Reid. So there's a lot of Reids around here, mate. They're everywhere you walk, you're going to bump into one of them, and it's not because they're a little bit bigger than most either.
It's Taranaki. That's what happens down here, mate.
Yeah, that's right. So Uncle Tony's going to be happy with his time, and a 50.722. So ignore the time that came up on the screen there with Daniel Reid. Perhaps Tony had a bit of an issue with the transponder or something along those lines. That is actually Tony Reid was out on track in the Group A category for Fowler Homes. We're in qualifying round number 3, and Stewie Latham coming off the track. The man from Western Australia wrote the boat off in Wanganui, as you remember.
Oh, did he ever?
Spectacular.
Oh, my God, yeah.
Geez, that would have hurt. But, James Hayden from TA doing the navigational duties. The boat is the lethal injection, and Stewie Latham straight out of the blocks and has gone wrong way.
Oh, he has too.
So
yeah.
that's not a good start to the run.
No. That's the ex-Duncan Wilson boat, I think, from way back.
No, the Duncan Wilson boat
is that the one they destroyed?
Wrote off.
Oh,
so
right,
this
yeah,
is
that's the
the
new one.
Jetsprint hull
Yeah.
that came from Cy Gibbon, had to be crashed out at Wanaka. So, yeah, they're swapping and changing like car keys into the bowl here, mate.
You'd know about that, wouldn't you, Kofi?
Well, not these days, mate. My honey's watching from home. I call her the Hun, Attila the Hun. So, Stewie Latham, he's back on the correct rotation now, but he's going to add plenty of time to this run. And now it's just a matter of getting this sorted out. So this is the Jetsprint hull. And Stewie Latham, of course, from Western Australia with a time there of 56.107. But he's from Western Australia. They race only on the one track over there.
Yep.
So he's learnt so much coming to New Zealand, racing on the tracks, the expertise that comes out of New Zealand, of course. And for people watching at home, a lot of people don't realise that all of the best hull development goes on here, all the best jet unit development goes on in this country, and Stewie Latham just learning so much.
And is that because the sport's not quite as advanced in Oz as it is here, or is it just the fact that we kind of started it and we've just kept developing it? Well,
to be honest, mate, what I really think it is so many people in New Zealand have social jet boats, so they understand it. We don't see social jet boating in Australia as much as we do here. Like here, every second person's got one, so everybody gets it, they understand it. So, the other side of it is we've got a long way to travel between courses around Australia, so very difficult when you get newer people into the sport from, say, Melbourne, then all of a sudden they've got to drive up to Queensland to compete. So, but we are seeing a resurgence of numbers in Australia, which is really positive. And I think this World Series coming up is going to see more numbers
get excited
about it and get into the sport. So that is just fantastic to see. Phil Dick out on the water now. This season, he's a big improver, isn't he?
Yeah, another one that's got better and better and better. Just got the hairpin a little bit wrong up there that time round. That can cost you up to a tenth, maybe half a second if you do get it wrong.
So Phil Dick in the Jet Design Co. Hypersprint, and across the line there, Phil Dick into P5 with a 47.767, and of course his good mate Diggers in there, Hayden Digby Smith doing the navigational duties. So, mate, when are we likely to see all of the packages going on television?
They start on CRC Motorsport on 3. They start in the first week of August, and they'll go 6 consecutive weeks.
Fantastic.
So
mate.
yeah, it's looking quite good. We've already started making a few of them, and look, it's a sport that televises so bloody well. It really looks good. I know I'm a little bit biased saying that, but it does. It really looks good.
Well, yeah, absolutely. I've seen the production values you guys do, and each and every time I'm just blown away by the way that it's presented, and it's a fantastic credit to you and the crew as we go to Sean Rice now, Elite Kitchens. This guy just keeps amazing me more and more. His second season of jet sprinting will be competing at the World Series, and have a look at the way this guy is taken on.
Yeah, he just drives it, doesn't he? He drives it like he stole it, as they say.
So, look, the new Sprint Tech package that he's got under him at the moment, of course, his partner Faye, local to this track as well. Just had a look at the Elite Kitchens facilities the other day up there. Wow, you know, no wonder they make some fantastic kitchens. The facilities that they got themselves in for business purposes, absolutely second to none. So Sean and Faye Rice, of course, Monster Energy on board there as well.
Tell you what, this is going to be a pretty good run here, mate. This will be in the 44s, won't it? Yeah, 43.757, so that's a very good run.
Yeah, only 0.5 or thereabouts, 0.45 away from the time that Richard Burt set during qualifying 3 for Fowler Homes Group A. But wow, you know, look, we're still going to get through this, but having a look at these guys and seeing how they're going to go in Australia on that World Series, there's going to be a very big Kiwi contingent going to keep.
It's growing every day by the sound of it.
Yeah, well, there's something like 12 boats coming from New Zealand, and each and every one of them are no slouches.
Yep,
so,
they're all good, yeah.
Yeah, the Aussies, well, I tell you, that has really stepped up over the last couple of years as well. We've got some fantastic drivers, new guys coming into the sport over there as well, so it'll be a cracker. We've got the Riddick brothers as well out on track now. Open to View is their boat, the boys from New Plymouth, another lot of locals, and wow, these guys really getting so much better as well. So, well, I better let you go, Phil. Thanks for coming up in a commentary, mate. Fantastic to have a chat to the bloke from CRC Motorsport. Always great production values that they provide for jet sprinting and many other sports around as well, including the 4x4 Extreme, which will be in Terrakina in 4 weeks' time down out of Wanganui. So we'll see Phil Dark down there, and that Dan Cowper Suzuki Extreme 4x4. That'll be wonderful to watch. But back to the track at the moment. The brothers Riddick, look, just really happy with the way these guys are going, and the time that they posted there was into P3 with a 44.556. So wow, these guys just getting into it so early and so quick.
Oh mate, everyone's chasing the pedal early, and we've still got a good 2 qualifiers to go before we get into that top 9. So really exciting to see. They're throwing the dice out nice and early. Everyone hunting a bit harder. The Joker, Andy Ryan, the Wellington Lion, we call him. He doesn't like mucking around. Got a sniff of a bit of a cup there early on in the season, and really wanted to have another one, and I know he was disappointed with his run at Auckland, so is today his day?
Well, he was on the podium here last time, and that just got him a little bit hungrier, and well, if you saw his group feeds and stuff like that, you'd understand why he gets hungry. But look, Andy, one of those exciting drivers. Took him a couple of years to sort of find his feet, but right from the outset when he first got behind the wheel, he wasn't shy about squeezing the pedals. So this work that Calvin Pickard's been doing on this jet unit should see this boat getting right up to podium contention here today.
This is a good tidy start from Andy. Split time 22-1-2-4-2. So we've got a good split. He's right there on Sean Rice's split at the moment, so it is tight. He's trying to hunt. He's trying to get in that 43 club. Couple of turns to go. Rips across the mouth fresh, round the Altherm speed bowl. There we have it.
Just waiting for that time to reset at the minute. We'll get it to you in a minute.
He's in the club, 43.56. Andy Ryan has just joined P2, so Richard Burt's hanging on with a 43.280. Andy Ryan now with a 43.56. Our local yokel, Sean and Faye Rice, hanging in there with a 43.757. So we've got 200ths of a second at the moment in the top of the Group A's.
That is just phenomenal this early in the meeting, as we've got Eagle Automotive with Neil Marshall. Now, Neil with a brand new package, probably got a lot on his mind, hasn't got the rotation sorted out now. Let's hope the rotation is sorted out for him this time, because the boat looking really good. One-piece hull.
One-piece hull, no welds, no cuts. This is the real deal, big deal orange peel. Neil Marshall, brand new hull. This is looking better. Nicer start, beautifully down the line. Like you said earlier, he's had a couple of down wrong ways. Got on top of his engine issues with a manifold problem that they found only just recently, actually, which is great to see. Here we go. Split time's going to tell us a story. 22.3. He's there. He's looking to be in the same club as the others. Got a little bit of work to do. A little bit sluggish out of that hairpin. So far, so good for Neil.
Yeah, that's right, Clayton. And one of the things we're seeing out there is that probably not on race pace proper because of those navigational errors early on in the piece, but coming home very strongly. And a 43.716. He's going to be wrapped with that. That's right into P3.
P3 just nudged in front of our Taranaki team, Sean and Faye Rice. So another Naki team, Neil Marshall, slotted himself in the 43 club. Like I said, things are hotting up. We've got 5 or 6 boats with 200ths of a second between them. Today's final is going to be electric, and this is only early on.
Oh, well, I wonder if it's going to be that electrical, if it's going to be brought to you by Naki Electrical.
Naki Electrical, of course, one of our sponsors here today and one of our corporate tents down there. We've got some great places along here. Central House Movers, Fowler Homes, Taranaki Steel Formers, the professionals. Ross, Super Mario Travers.
Oh, Super Mario. We tried to get the Super Mario sound effects, couldn't quite illegally dump it off the, get it off the internet, so I didn't want to go the illegal path. But look, Super Mario has been doing just such a fantastic job throughout the course of the season in an underpowered boat. The new camshaft in there, got the valves sorted out, so we're looking to see some big things here.
Splits are cracker.
In third position overall in the championship.
No, he's got a good split here. Another one edging in the low 43s beautifully around that top Mouthfresh Island. 2 corners to go. Roscoe Travers standing on the pedal.
Oh, 43.454 into P2.
Wow. Look at it. All we seem to be saying is 43, 43, 43. It has got longer. We now have 5 in the 43 club, and we still have 2 or 3 boats to go. In fact, I'd say probably 4 boats to go in the Group A.
Yeah, there's we can see down there it is Carl Brentzel, Hamish Murray, down there in Maroon 2, Clayton and Mandy Tisdall in the Get Insider. But next out it will be Simon Gibbon in the Novus Autoglass. Show us your cracker. Novus Autoglass will sort it outside. Gibbon in P2 in the championship. G'day to Paul Tomo Thompson, retired as the navigator from the sport. Under the thumb now, the missus has carried a couple of buns in the oven.
2 twins. Congratulations, guys, and big hello from us. Hope you're not too cold down in the deep south. Here he comes. Simon Gibbon
has really improved. Traditionally, he gets a little bit tentative coming towards crosswashers. We saw that at Hastings. We saw that at this track last time here this season. Really threw it in across that crosswash now. Has he had a little bit of a look into the right-hander. Donna Thompson, the experienced navigator, the experienced driver, kept him on course.
Big recovery there. She was nearly all over Mary Wipe Your Leg, but he's managed to keep her pedaling. Still with a mighty split of 22.3. I tell you what, he's still odds on to be in the 43 club if he keeps his boat speed.
Yeah, really hauling it. And this is going to be, straight to the top for Simon Gibbon with a 43.016.
How was that for a recovery, mate? How was that? That was an easy 42. He was in the club, he was heading for it, and then he had that big brain fart, and as he was heading down Fowler Islands there, just got out of it in time.
Wow, I tell you what, that is the experience of not only Simon Gibbon but Donna Thompson in there. And again, g'day Tomo. Look, mate, we'll mention you through the day. And I'll tell you what, Paul Tomo Thompson, I thought we were going to start calling him Narnia. I was wondering when he was going to come out of the closet, you know, from Narnia Witch in the Wardrobe. But then he's gone out and produced a couple of twins. So we're all surprised. Congratulations, buddy.
Okay, speaking of champs, New Zealand #1, Ollie Silverton, Team PSP. He would have watched what's been going on in front of him. He want to put a little bit of a gap and try and stretch his way through.
Oh, that's tight around the Altherm on the inside of the pork chop. There wasn't a lot left in that. If any worms had stuck their head up, they would have been gone.
That was a skinny chop anyway, but he's turned it into a super skinny one as he rips through there. Split time, absolute cracker, 21.5. He's on it. Watch this go. Ollie Silverton looking to rip one out.
Yeah, really hauling at the moment. Ollie Silverton just trying to lay one down here, but everybody's laying one down. So Ollie Silverton, PSP Building Brands across the line, and a 42.066 quick time for the Group A. Whoa.
1 whole second. There you go. That's the champ. He just said, there might be a club behind us, but you need to just start getting in line. Look at me. This is what I'm going to do. They're all going to hunt. They've got to find a second. Well done, Ollie.
Jeez,
PSP.
I tell you, that is really putting the pressure on those guys, particularly Simon Gibbon and Ross Travers, all in there to potential podium at the championship. We keep talking about that, but this is what today's all about.
Absolutely. Hey, hello to the ITM crew down the end there. Beautifully presented. The ITM guys having a beer. Yeah, we can see you waving. Get on it. Have a great day. Go Taranaki ITM.
Hamish Murray out on track, and your local man, Anthony Lewis.
Oh, a little bit ugly as he comes down the pork chop. Just, you can see how those flags disappeared. I know how now, because just the wash is blowing into them quite hard. The boat's dancing out of the water. These older hulls just a little bit sitting up on top, and they're just a little bit dancey.
Yeah, really dancing a lot this hull. We normally don't see this hull behave quite like this, so obviously need to do a little bit with it. Hamish Murray, of course, his first time behind the wheel. We normally see him in the navigator seat right alongside Carl Brensel. So Hamish Murray really driving very, very well indeed for a newbie.
Quite sedate, I'll tell you what. Here he comes across the line. Nothing wrong with this. 48.988, so he's sub 50. He's got to be happy. Third time behind the seat, and it's today. Come all this way, deep south, and there you go, son. Here's the keys. Get out there and show us how it's done.
Wow, that is just phenomenal. I'm very, very impressed with the way that is going. So, well, now we see Clayton and Mandy, the Get Inside a race team, also down or come all the way up from the deep south. Of course, A and B driving this particular boat with Richard Bird. So just spoke with Clayton and Mandy after Richard's run, and they're like, oh my God, we got the pressure from all the other competitors, but now we've got the pressure from our A driver as well. Like they're all over it.
Oh no, it'd be good to see. Like I say, last time out, they were in the 45 club. Of course, this Richard Bird's jumped in the same boat and driven it and done a 43, so they'll be looking to improve. I don't know if they'll go for a 43, but they'll just definitely look for a 44. Get some momentum out of this nicely, beautifully around the hairpin.
Yeah, look, Clayton's really thought about how he's going to approach it. A lot of guys get in there full speed, throw the boat in there. Clayton's really thought about that. There is no correct way to do it, whichever's going to be best for you, providing it's smooth, fast, and it looks as though Clayton and Mandy Tisdale with a 44.095, so they're down on where they'd like to be. They're into P8.
Full second better than when they went last time though, KV, so I think they'll be happy with that at this stage. So they know that the boat's got a good second in it. Richard's done it easy, so they'll keep pedaling 1 second at a time.
All right, so here's how it looks to round out qualifying 3 for the Group A category. It was Ollie Silverton, a full second quicker than Simon Gibbon. Richard Burt, Ross Travers, Andy Ryan and Neil Marshall make up the top 6. So, and there is still plenty more to go as Clayton Glenn Tisdall comes in hot onto the trailer and got it a little bit sideways. Isn't it amazing? You see these guys and girls breakneck speed out on the track and have so much trouble getting a boat on a trailer.
Coming a little bit excited, a little bit happy, still clapping themselves, and forget about the old team to hook the trailer on. It's a couple of embarrassing moments. In fact, last year, or last time here, we had a boat take off without hooking the trailer on, remember, and left it on the ramp.
That's right, it did too.
There was a bit of a Minties moment, so let's see where it goes. So, righto, Dave Simmons, John O'Berry.
In the Mouth Fresh Superboats for qualifying round number 3. And, well, these guys came out of the blocks with a full head of steam early on, and the way Dave is driving at the moment certainly got the race pace on. We generally see the way these guys, they get through about the first half of the lap pretty good, and then after that start to lose a little bit of pace traditionally. However, seem to be having it all sorted out. A nice transition through the Mouth Fresh hairpin. They just got themselves sorted out beautifully in there. Backed off, eased it off, kept the boat smooth, and got out of there nicely.
Oh, this is looking a way better run now. The boys, the Link management machine, they've put a lot of work in it. 0800 my engine, the pro-charged Superboat roars across the line with a 43.618. He'll be over the moon with that, KV.
Yeah, really got that run sorted out. The first couple of runs we saw them this morning, they were getting out, getting quick, getting amongst it, and then all of a sudden falling off towards the latter part of the lap. That time, they stitched it all together.
They've been spending a lot of time on their blade combination. It's clearly working. Is that an organ I can hear?
Yes, it is. The Greg Morgan organ. He is the piano player. I am that piano player. I come from down your way. What do you say? The Navigator, Thierry Devoir.
As he lets it rip. 44 is the number, and I'm not sure if there's 44 keys on the organ, but Greg Morgan is about to let it rip as he slides his way through the pork chop around through Altherm.
Yeah, this thumping engine just sounds great. And Greg Morgan, of course, his first run in these super boats, he parked it up on the bank here at this very track, rolled it, but looking great out there at the moment until we got to that hairpin.
Oh, mate, he left that so late it kept gliding. I thought he was going to go past it and into the old Fowler Holmes Island. He's recovered, bringing it home strong. The hairpin was really untidy. The rest of the run's been bloody good.
Yeah, certainly improving in a big way is Greg Morgan, and a 45.605. He's going to be stoked with that. I just spoke with him before his run, and he'd snapped a spark plug. They thought they might be out for the day, so they managed to get that out, get that sorted, and get back out on the track. So wonderful to see, and really developing that confidence to start putting the power into the big supercharged engine, producing about 1,200 horsepower. So the Mouth Fresh Superboats is another one to watch. Of course, Mouth Fresh toothpaste, the best tasting toothpaste in the world. You know, mate, again, I came over on the way over and I want to know what it is with your immigration officials. They go through my bags and take out my Mouth Fresh toothpaste every bloody time.
That and sandpaper, mate. They'll be looking for anything from Australia. Yellow sandpaper and Mouth Fresh. Here we go.
Well, go down and buy your own. All right, Rex Bryant, White Pointer Boats, Amanda Kiddo, the Navigator.
Speaking of big teeth, look at the teeth on the front of this boat in the roar. He could use a bit of Mouth Fresh toothpaste to get around this, but last time out, Rexy Bryant, the White Pointer, he's got it wound up like a wristwatch. Beautifully up the top of the track. Let's see what the split looks like. Looking good so far. Cracker, 21.376. Rexy on a flyer.
Oh, look at that hairpin. Kept the pace up, didn't get off it too much, but managed to get through there beautifully. Experience coming to the fore here.
I'll tell you what, this could be the sleeping giant, the little creeping giant. He loves this track. Little 410, cricks it across the line.
Oh, 41.780, and coming around the Stinger Island there, took a couple of bites into that as well, so that slowed him up a little bit. Would have lost about maybe 0.4 to 0.5 of a second in there as well.
Well, last time round, Peter Cowie won this round with a low 42. That's right, the same rotation only 3 months ago with a low Could have been a 41. Hang on, we've got Nerd Boy just
No,
come out
Peter
with a
Cowie,
red.
he won it with a 42, I discovered. But his quickest time of the day was a 40.3 as Peter Cowie just pokes his head into the commentary tower and then buggers off.
I was talking about early qualifiers, Pete, not the final. Sorry.
We'll have a chat to Peter Cowie during the lunch break and find out what's going on with that. He seems to be in a relatively good mood considering he's out for the day.
Absolutely. Sad news today. The NZ crew has had a engine termination, so they will not be here to finish the race today, which is really, really sad because they know they're coming a long way and a lot of people come here to see them. But not today. Peter's not day, but they are still there for the championship. As we go to Baden Gray, the man who got lost a couple of times earlier today, but he's out and he was looking really good. Rex Bryan has just laid down a 41.780. Baden will be chasing.
Well, this boat with the 9-inch jet unit on it that has only been put in for the last couple of rounds, so a lot of work going to get the boat settled, get it lined up, get the tune for the... Oh, Baden Gray spits it out backwards, plenty of water. I'll tell you what, those guys won't be needing a drink. They'll just hook the cup into the bottom of the boat. Now it's got about 450 kilos extra in there.
The big news was, KV, he was a full second up at the break, at the split. He was a second up on Rex Bryant. He had those turbos wound up, but the hair dryers caught him out as he went out the back, and that blew out to a 43. And when I say blowout, it didn't really blow out much. 43.326.
That was exciting from Baden Gray.
Oh, he was on an absolute cracker. He was on a sub 40 lap then. So,
wow.
Let's watch. We're only at Qual3 in the superboats.
Oh, now listen to this thumping machine of the meaner machine. Richard Murray and Joe Rathbone. Richard Murray, of course, won the Group A category in 2013, stepped up into the meaner machine. And, well, this boat is mean. Don't you worry about that. Joe Rathbone, the navigator, I'll tell you what, this is one brave lady. They had an accident a couple of years ago, broke Joe's leg. She went, oh, well, that's sort of the way it goes. The horse trader from Wanganui, the Ford 440 supercharged.
Like an uncaged beast as he rips through the split.
Oh, he nearly had to look up the inside there.
21.
Tight, got away with it.
Gets away with the hairpin. Little bit down on what we saw with Baden, but Baden had the big mess at the hairpin. Still a bit of work to do. 41 to beat. 41.7. Richard wrestling the beast home as he winds up the big 444.
Oh, not bad, 42.432 and lost probably a full second with some mistakes through that run. That was pretty ragged.
That was, I'll tell you what, couple of bits he can tidy up on, but that was clearly, has got some power, that beast, like an uncaged animal. Once he lets it rip.
They had a bit of work done. They've got data logging into this machine now for the first time. Usually it was the old, wet the finger, stick it up in the air, go, the wind is blowing from that direction and we'll figure it out from there kind of deal. Now they've got computer technology, so I don't know. If it was me, I wouldn't understand it. Facebook and an email, that's about it. That's all I can understand.
The Foxton Flyer, Kevy the Heavy Roberts, Sandra Deeth, and beside him another twin-turbo Nissan. Been driving beside himself today.
Yeah, it has been really good. The last run out, we saw him get into the top 6 for the first time in his career. So, and he didn't look to be pushing the boat. So really confident with this rotation. What can he do here? This boat has more than 1,500 horsepower at Kev's disposal.
So much potential, this boat. And of course, Kev has been, I'll take my hat off to him. He's just slowly but surely learning his craft. Hasn't panicked. Lovely job of the hairpin. Beautiful.
Oh, that's wonderful.
Split was good too with a 22, so I'll tell you what, he started off quite slow, I thought, but he's bringing it home strong.
Geez, it just looks so tame, but the time he's going to be around a 42, maybe 43, low 43, 43.126, but that is that's tidy. This is great to see Kevin Roberts finally starting to utilise a bit of power and develop and show the confidence that he's been lacking.
Yeah, you said the key word there, I think develop. I think what we're seeing out of it is he's certainly going better and better and better, but the fastest hairpin, we're just getting some times, the old brainchild himself appears to be at this stage. What are we talking about here? Righto, so we've actually got a stopwatch on the hairpin. We're saying now Kevin in that twin-turbo Nissan has just got out of there with a 6.7 second gap. At the moment, Rob Coley with a 6.764. So there we have it. The Genius Child is pumping out some new numbers for us we can start quoting.
Well, this is going to be tricky, mate. We got new information we part as we see Nick Berryman, Tanya Ironmonger. Oh, bit of a thump off the start, then took his foot off the gas into the first right-hander underneath our timing. Oh, the stinger just got a little bit airborne into that crosswash. Nick Berryman won't be worried about that, not at all.
Interesting way he started there, you're right. That would have cost him a good half second there. Not too sure what that was about at all. Oh, getting away with it. That boat. Oh, that boat's very flighty, but he's making it work. Split at the moment. Round about the same. 42 he needs to join to get in that club. Looking powerful as the big river jet. Oh, but early there.
Jeez, I tell you, mate, he's been a little bit ragged on this run. He got away with it, though, and that's a cracker time, 41.122, straight to the top of the table, and lost a heap of time out there, knifed it in 4 or 5 places.
Yeah, straight to the top of the table. Well done, Nick. And he's it was a strange start we saw in the boat looking very loose. It's always wants to be trimmed down a little bit. It's a little bit flighty, but top of the park, Nick Berryman, 41.122. Don't know what was left there, Cavey. That's going to be interesting later on as the day goes, but let's see. Ex-Mouthfresh boat, still sponsored by them. Aaron Hansen, currently 3rd in the world.
Julian Shanks sitting right alongside him.
With a 500 cubic inch engine they've bolted in for this weekend, so looking to get ready for Aussie. Here he goes.
Aaron in qualifying round number 1 took it very sedately. Qualifying 2, he started throwing the boat around. This is qualifying 3. Where's he going to go? Throwing the boat around really wide around the Altherm and Methanex sweeper at the bottom part of the track.
Absolutely, can't believe he didn't catch those bales in. The split's going to tell us a story. Pulled out a little bit there. 21.5, he's on it. Nice split so far. Tied in the hairpin.
Yeah, lost a little bit of time into that hairpin, in and out of there. But that is why he's called the money corner. But wow, hasn't he taken like a kid to chocolate with the way that he's just driving this brand new package here.
And across the line with a 42.357. Tell you what, he's just slipped himself into P3. Tidy run. He'll be looking up at the big screen now, happy with what he's seeing.
Yeah, he's got his face up there. He'll be having a look going, hey, what a good-looking rooster I am. Hey, let's go back to this. We were talking about the time around the hairpin before we go to Scott Donald and Nicole Reesby. From the Altherm flags, one either side of the track, from the start chute in front of commentary, from the time they come around here, round the hairpin and back under there, that's where the times we're getting for that hairpin. So that's what we're relating to if you're wondering about where we're getting that from.
So when we call the split, as they come through the split, the boat has to come round the hairpin and back to the split. So just for a bit of interest, Ollie Silverton can do it in 6.8 seconds in a Group A boat. Kevin Roberts and Rob Coley have done it in a super boat in 6.7.
Yeah, that's just phenomenal, isn't it? Now, Scott Donald in his last run was uncharacteristically untidy. What will he do here? Looking a lot better this time out.
Yeah, real bit of dirty water. They're all catching right out the back there. We've seen this several times now. Nick Berryman's got away with it, but nicely out of the hairpin. The split. Yeah, so far, so good.
Yeah, look, it's interesting. These pressure waves that are getting formed up the track, pushing their way down through the back chute there, catching a few unaware at the moment. But Scott Donald across the line there with a 43.609.
Scotty Donald into P7. Little 500 cubic inch engine, and that's the difference between Aaron Hansen and Scotty Donald there. Aaron also running a 500 cubic inch motor, but he's managed to get himself into P3, so just shows the hulls, the lines you take, a little bit of rough water, anything that goes.
G'day to Chris Bowman, sent a message all the way from the US of A. So g'day to all of our people right around the world watching on the live stream. Ladies and gentlemen, if you're in the crowd, get onto the text messages and get your mates and family down here, because now we've got the Nissan, the twin turbo, the mouth fresh machine with Rob and Ange Coley.
Hold on to your kids, this will be exciting. Rob Coley, P3, and the mighty Nissan, and watch this baby go. He's not scared of it. He'll want to put a time down. He knows Pete Cowie is not in it today, and this man will have one hand on the cup, and he will want both hands on it by the end of the day.
Oh, no doubt about that. Gee, looking really confident. The splitter cracker at a 20.480.
Lovely job of the hairpin. Beautiful. Got out of there. Lovely. Cut the lunch up the track. Blowing flags everywhere.
Gee, I tell you what, Rob Coley really coming to fruition. All of the aspirations with this Nissan Twin Turbo. Oh, yeah, it's 9.917.
Give him a clap. The mighty mouth fresh machine has just done a sub 40, and it's only not even lunchtime.
Wow, I think I just blew my voice out then. It's gone a bit crackly already. That was a cracker of a run.
I'm looking up here onto one of the corporate tents, actually the refuel container, because I know Rob's family's up there. I know they're all sitting there eagerly watching, and they'll be very, very happy with that. So the Nissan, the mighty mouth fresh machine, has just laid it down. 39.917 to beat. Let's see what unfolds.
Yeah, it's a very exciting time so early in these qualifying runs. I'm just absolutely amazed at what we're seeing here today. And, well, we've just wound out the, we've still got a couple of boats for the final, to wind out qualifying round 3 in the unlimited category, the mouth fresh category. And look, mate, I'm just sort of, I've got to calm down. Like I know that I'm going to get too excited.
We haven't even had the Undie Hundy yet, and we're a bit amped up here in the little black box. Speaking of Undie Hundies, there's old John O'Very going past, and he doesn't normally wear them, though, does he?
No, he normally sticks them on his head late at night and starts running around campsites. So, you know, we want to make sure that he keeps them sort of somewhere around his hips today and tonight. That'll be a hell of a lot better as we go. The Bars Bugs machine with Blake Bryant and Kate Hoogerbrug, or Kate Hooger Bryant.
He would have seen the big screen only 10 seconds ago. Blake always likes to be right on the money. He'll know where he wants to be by lunchtime, and I tell you what, he'll be thinking sub 40. Or a little bit out of the gas there, not too sure what that's about.
Very surprised he came into that crosswash in the transition from one side of the track to the other. Oh, gee, that was quick around the hairpin.
Beautiful job of the hairpin. A little bit down on Rob's split time, so not quite looking like a sub 40, but I tell you what, it is a good, tidy run so far.
Yeah, look, you've got to remember that Blake and Kate haven't run this rotation before, so they're a little bit behind the ball game, and a 42.345. Having not run this rotation before, they've got a lot less experience in this rotation, so that'll play a bit of a factor.
A little bit of a family battle going on there. If you look at the board at the moment, we've got Rex Bryant, Uncle Rex, of course, Blake's uncle, and Rexy, the running there. We've got third position currently Rex Bryant, fourth position in P3 Blake Bryant. Interesting, eh?
Yeah, well, it's I tell you what, there is plenty of kudos going on in that family over the years, and of course Rex Bryant, his brother Peter, the father of Blake as well, so plenty of pedigree going on in the jet sprinting world. But now we are going to have a look at what Pip and Poppy can do here. Their last run a little bit untidy, got a wrong way in there, resorted itself out. I spoke to Pip just after it, and she just laughed. She said, "Oh well,
wrong way."
Lost. Oh, she's gone wrong way, straight out of the blocks.
Oh no! Talking to blocks, she might have one taped to her foot because she has borrowed a hubby's boat. That could have been the problem. She'll be filthy. Here we go. This time.
There we go. Now she's on the rotation proper, but she's lost some 14 seconds straight out.
Well, let's go back to that hairpin we talked about earlier. That time we just saw by Rob Coley with that breaking 39.9 second run. He just did that hairpin, that time we talked about, in 6.5 seconds. So there you go. Through the split, around the hairpin, and back to the split again, 6.5 seconds.
That is just phenomenal. So that just goes to show where the racing is going to end up today. Ladies and gentlemen, that rounds out qualifying round number 3 for the Mouthfresh Superboats. And we are going to reset our clocks and go into qualifying round number 4. It will be the Group B category coming up first.
Stinger boats, Group B. So they're slowly coming down the hill.